They won't. The game will not expect any tricks that Super Metroid itself does not show you. So things like infinite bomb jump, wall jumping, shine sparks, well, easier wall jumps, I should say. Alrighty, let's see. Looks like both of our runners have default Super Metroid sprites.
Yeah, and let's see if they do the morph pedestal gamble.
Yeah, doing the arm pumping there. Just tap L and R as you're moving to aim your gun. It shifts you forward a pixel every time you do it.
And you lose all the time you gain if you bonk the door, so not
Indeed.
terrible. It's more of a test thing than.
Yeah, Task can do it perfectly at 30 frames at 30 times a second. So that adds up to a lot over the course of a run. All right, so we just had a heart piece. Okay, Crystal. I saw Crystal 7 at Desert, and 2 pendants at the other ones. Oh boy.
Like, both doing the Sahasrahla play, since
Yeah, it
that's
looks.
a bumpable rock, a bumpable wall that you can't bunk open. There's not a lot of these in the game.
Okay, it's also. Yeah, I just saw an Eykir check. Neither of those are the green pendants, so that's its goal. Which we just saw that on Flipheal's side. All right, so first checks.
Well, we found our first PB pack and first super pack in Sphere 1. There's always one guaranteed of each in Sphere 1.
Also, we found 300 rupees, which will get us through the early game checks pretty handily. Pay the bottle vendor, buy some bombs. All right, looks like we've got Flipheal checking some bonk spots, and Eykir is over to Eastern Palace
One
at
of the
Bonk
two
Rocks.
pennies.
Yep, there are 2 green rupees in the item pool, if I recall correctly. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, 2. And
Well, I'm
one
getting the
single
chaff out
arrow.
of the way first. Ooh, arrows.
Tier 2 pull is arrows. It's like, think Flipheal took damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, 20 rupees. I cured. That's one of 3 prizes in Eastern. I think Lumberjack Ledge is just part piece. It was very brief. I'm not 100% sure of what I saw.
Oh, mirror.
Ooh, magic mirror at the mushroom spot.
That's a good find. Makes routing.
Yeah, early on could point us to. Speaking early, could point us toward swamp or toward.
Or it could be that it's useless and the logic had nowhere else to put it but there.
Has that ever happened?
I mean, that you get a useless progression item in Sphere 1, that happens all the time.
Fair. Ooh, there's our first bottle in Eastern. That's 2 prices out of 3.
Okay, so Eykir will be able to check Sick Kid while doing his village check.
Help us in the big chest. Some more bombs for Flipheal. Ooh, there's our first lift upgrade. More supers.
Now, this dark room can be tricky if you have absolutely nothing, but you can always kick up some dust with the boots to see where
Yeah,
you
it looks
are.
like that's what Eykir is doing. Another 4 items in the well for Flipheal. All right, there is prize number 3. That's everything in Eastern. So Eykir's going to head out. We'll only need that if we find something on the pedestal, or if we need just something on the pedestal.
Flipheal found another pack of power bombs, so we'll have more than the 5 for Bryn Loop.
Yeah, the magic number there is 3 for the endgame. That's enough to get through all 4 Metroid rooms in Torian without needing to rely on drop luck or backtracking to reload.
The area you'll use your PBs the most is actually Brinstar. You can do a lot of Norfair and Meridia and Rek'Shie without having that many power bombs, but feels like you don't have many when you don't have at least 15 for Bryn Loop, unless of
Right.
course you have the morph bombs.
Yeah. In the meantime, Flipheal found our first energy tank. Shovel, that opens up dig spot. Do we have access to that?
I guess. You can
Better
go
question. Is there anything blocking access to dig spot? As far as I'm
Nope.
aware, it's just an overworld light world check.
Yeah, you just have to lift some bushes and you're there.
Second energy tank in the library. That I agree with the call of taking the time to get that. You're right there, and any E tank is good.
And there's always the possibility of hell running Ridley as your go mode.
Ooh, tuning upgrade is the money item.
Last race icon was a hell run Ridley for go mode.
Oh gosh.
Well, it wasn't required, but that's what one of the racers ended up doing.
Right. Yeah, the logic can expect hell runs on the hard setting, but there's nothing stopping you from doing them on normal.
Hard setting does not expect a lower Norfair hell run, just upper Norfair.
Oh right, yeah, right, just the upper nerf. Yeah, I'm a little out of practice. It's been a while.
There's only one exception to that. If you have the flute and the mitts, then the screw attack item is in logic, even if you don't have Varia.
Gotcha.
But that's the only item. And that's only in hard logic. In normal logic, you are never expected to cross a heated room without Varia suit.
Meantime, Mini Molder was a total bust for Eykir. Did find that Quake medallion at the chest inside the dam. Flip taking the mitts in the glove into the back of the escape.
Okay, there's something at Dark Cross. And looks like Flipheal will check it.
Yeah, this is another set of dark rooms, so this can be tough.
Killing a rat in the dark with the bombs can be hard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing doing at Ice Rod Cave for Eykir.
Eykir just set up Water Walk, so we'll probably see Waterfall Cave.
That right, I wasn't familiar with this style of water walk until I started commentating boot start streams.
Yeah, for some reason you're in the underworld and you dash near a pit that makes you able to walk on water. I don't know why, but
if I recall what I've been told correctly, the transition from walking to swimming has to do with the splash animation, and I guess dashing kind of overwrites that.
I can't even begin to speculate it. It looks like A Link to the Past is attached together with a lot of bubblegum and prayers.
Yeah, Eykir could have checked the item on the ledge, but wouldn't be able to get to it, so just not going to bother for now. Off to the hobo under the bridge. And Flipheal is heading for the dungeon.
I mean, he knows there are 3 items in front because he already has the key in the map, which were in the back.
Yeah, we've gotten a decent amount of route divergence already, and I really like that. I'm not so much a fan of one route through the seed who can do it fastest.
Well, they're just kind of doing the checks the other has done already. I noticed that most of the time, most racers will just do all of Sphere 1, almost all of Sphere 1, just maybe in a different order.
Right,
Flipheal was able to check, because Eykir will have to return to check the sick kid, but Flipheal was about to Or was it the other way around? I think one of the two racers was able to do the bottle check while doing the Village of
Yeah,
Oz.
Eykir got the bottle, and he also got it filled up with Mountain Dew.
Okay, so
All right, now I'm confident saying that the lumberjack item is a heart piece.
and I've heard some runners say that they like to do South Shore first too, in case they find the bottle of the mushroom. So they can rub that in.
Ooh, nice bomb combo.
And
Whoop,
there
early
we
morph
go.
ball, 10 minutes, 26 seconds.
Could have been very early, but yeah, it's sure one, not very hidden. And
Yeah, I
it
was
was
mentioning it in
doubtful.
chat before we started. I love seeing Super Metroid navigated without morph because the way it changes how you have to navigate is really fascinating to me.
And I like it when we don't get movement items too early. Because if the seed just, hands you Space
Right.
Jump, then you don't really have to do any tricks. You just jump everywhere. Everything's in logic. Everything is reachable. It's kind of boring.
All right, Eykir is into CAC. Yeah, we saw Flipheal do these checks. We know there's not going to be too much here. Oh, but Eykir does have the mirror, so Eykir can do the block delete glitch, which will save some time.
Sometime. And you'll turn in the bottle.
Finding that big R with the pots, that deals tempered sword damage, if I recall correctly.
Yep. Pots hurt.
Yeah, I am really digging that Esper Terra sprite.
Do you want to play again?
I really should. I left a playthrough off in the World of Ruin like multiple years ago.
I always found Final Fantasy VI special because there isn't really a main character. You can make an argument for Terra, you can make an argument for Celeste, but how you want it
It's
to
an
be.
ensemble game, and I love that. Honestly, most Final Fantasy games with a story are ensemble games. Alrighty. Flipheal is over to the desert. We'll see what's on the ledge here. Super missiles, probably won't see those. And speaking of Super Metroid ammo, what we're looking for is 60 super missiles, 180 regular missiles, or some combination of the two. That's yeah. If we don't find charge beam, then that's the minimum. Oh, there's our bow.
Oh, that is pretty huge, because unless there's a bottle in easy reach elsewhere, that was a required double dip of Eastern. Get your bottle, go back out, get your bow, go back in there.
See, so now the question is, when does Flipheal get to Eastern?
Might take a while. Maybe you'll stick around to see if you can find a movement item for Super Metroid before heading to Super Metroid. But possibly Flipheal just does South Shore and bails to Super Metroid. He has a couple of super packs and PB packs, so Rin Loop should be fairly comfortable.
Now, with the money we found, we can pay King Zora, and the vanilla access to him is just the power glove, right?
Yeah, flippers or power gloves put him in logic, yes.
Right, like you're just gonna save and equip, spawn back at Sanctuary. As Flipheal is heading for the Ice Rod Cave, we know that's not gonna pay off.
Might actually do Zora too, with the money he has.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't mention it at the time, but Flipheal did spend some time grinding that red rupee tree drop, so he's definitely got. I'm pretty confident saying he's got Zora on the mind.
Yep, sets up water walk, so he's heading there. You waterfall cave into Zora. Because he checks Hobo, he loses the water walk.
But we know Hobo's nothing. So
Oh, looks like Eykir will sequence break the old man.
yeah, this is one of the more common dark rooms, but obviously, yeah, as I've talked about the randomizer, it's not too hard.
Yes, you'll have to do it so many times that you'll eventually do it in your sleep.
Right, muscle memory.
Okay.
Alrighty, what's the Kingfish got for us?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, maybe there's something good in the stunt prize, but at this point,
All right, Eykir, what have you got in mind?
You'll follow the
yes,
mirror.
Spectacle Rock is in play.
Well, not yet. Well, it is, yes, via the Morph Ball and Upper Norfair access. Not through the old man, because we don't have the lamp yet.
Right.
Okay, nothing in there. Gonna get a dark roll check. Saw a red crystal at Thieves and tokens at Pod and Swamp.
Also a token at Meyer, Crystal 5 at Ice, Crystal 6 at Thieves.
Okay, I meant Meyer.
Yeah, Crystal 1 at Turtle Rock, Vinny. 5 and 6 at Thieves Town. Yeah, Pod, Swamp, Ice, all tokens.
Well, that's another bottle, so maybe not a required double dip of Eastern.
All right, Eykir's into Tower Hera. Got 2 prizes here.
Found one of them already, the bottle.
All right, and that the big key in that chest there means the small key may have locked itself in the basement. That would save a little time. Whoopsie.
He failed to respawn the pots.
Oh. Wait, the enemies don't respawn when you do that? I had no idea.
I forgot what the rule is in Link to the Past. But if you don't venture too far away, the enemies you kill will remain dead.
Come to think of it, I've been playing Metroid Dread recently, and I've actually noticed that some enemies will stay dead after you go a room or two away.
Okay, so there's something
Well,
in the
there's
basement.
the small key, so...
But it could be a dungeon item.
Right. Yeah, looks like Eykir's taking the expected route to the big chest.
Oh, well. Item could be in the basement or on Moldorm.
Yeah, but we don't have a weapon to fight Moldorm with, so we gotta head out. All right, Flip is into Super Metroid. This is our first look at Super Metroid. What do we have at the Crocus game?
Third
Another
bottle.
That's 3 we've seen?
Yes.
Where was the second one? I heard you call it, but I missed it.
I was in the basement of Hera. The first one
Gotcha.
was in the Eastern.
Ooh, speed booster.
Oh, that is a find.
Yeah, Eykir's at a big disadvantage here because he hasn't gotten that morph ball out of the castle dungeon.
Maybe I tend to overstate the importance of this, but he'll be able to do Bryn Loop and get absolutely everything.
Right.
And if something ends up being at Waterway, then Eykir could take a very long time to find it.
Oh, geez, that would be awful. Yeah, waterways in logic because you can do a one-tap short charge, which was the only. I tried so hard to learn like the 2-tap and the 3-tap, but I never could. The 1-tap was all I could ever manage.
Well, the easiest place to, well, if you want to learn taps, I recommend just going straight to learning a 3-tap, because it's going to take you the same time of learning from scratch in a 2-tap.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So that's probably the most useful one too. I gotcha.
But if you want to just practice a 2-tap, the room where you can do this easily and where it's useful to do so is Dragon's room.
Oh, cool. Right. Because yeah, build up the speed echoes to shine spark into him and damage him.
That, or to escape without having to gravity jump.
Makes sense. So yeah, we saw a shield at the Kraid missiles, which Flipheal avoided. There's a quick kill for Kraid here. We'll see if Flipheal gets that.
Well, he set up the position A, so I guess it. Yeah, he just did it. If you don't have the morph bombs, you can't do it by falling in the spikes and being pushed back up. This puts you in the spot you need to do to do the missile setup, and that's the lamp.
There's our lamp, and that puts that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that puts Death Mountain back in logic.
Oh yes, and all of Eastern.
All right, so the logic puzzle has been solved. All right, Eykir making his way through the dungeon as Flipheal is coming back out of Kraid. One more item in this upcoming room. Just a pack of arrows. Absolutely useless. Flipheal heading deeper into Super Metroid. I agree with this call 100%. Got the Spazer room up here.
Wait. Oh.
Tried to bomb jump over that crumble block there. Not crumble. That bomb block there. Didn't get it.
You can do the wall jump back up too. It's a free trick because if you mess it up, well, as long as you're back up there before the block respawns, you haven't actually lost any time compared to waiting.
Looks like Flip is not going to push it any further. That's honestly surprising.
Well, I think he's going to Bryn Loop now.
Actually, you know what? I think you're right. He can't get up Red Tower without high jump. So probably what's going to happen is he's going to use the cross game transition to save, and then reset his console to spawn back at the ship.
It's a very difficult 3-tap, I was going to say, but yes, absolutely not in logic to climb back up there. Okay, so Eykir will also get early speed. That's good for the sake of the race in case there's something at Waterway.
Yeah, looks like Flip's doing exactly what I said.
Good.
And this will be our first big look at Super Metroid.
With Speed Booster, Flipheal and Eykir can full clear all of Criteria, Wrecked Ship, and Bryn Star. So let's get to it.
Being able to Shine Spark puts the gauntlet in logic, correct?
Yes.
Actually, if I recall correctly, Shine Sparking into the gauntlet area is one of the tricks that the Attract demo shows, isn't it?
don't remember. I don't know. I haven't. Last time I watched the attract. Yeah, track mode was a long time ago, but I know it shows you more stuff when you've beaten the game at least once. Shows you other stuff like crystal flashing, I think, or the power bomb beam combos.
I did not know that. I thought those were always in there.
I think they didn't want you to spoil anything, so they didn't show too much.
All right, got Eykir doing his crate fight. Flip's got to be careful here. That 300 energy will disappear very fast in that asset. 80 damage per second. Oh, Crate trolls Eykir with the claw, and Eykir's going to have to do the fight the hard way. And Eykir makes it through. Not bad. All right. Flipheal setting it up to fall down the middle of this crumble block shaft. Do we have anything here? More energy. And Eykir is going to take... Flipheal is going to take that. I mean, I agree with that 100%. All right, that's enough to survive Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam. If you have the Varia suit. Yeah. And yeah, and since this is normal, there's high jump. And yeah, Varia is expected on all difficulties.
For Turian, I don't know. I mean, hypothetically, you could have a completely optional Norfair with a pendant Ridley too, so don't know if Varia could be considered optional in that situation. Logically, that is.
It would have to be a hard seed, and Hell Runs would have to get you the relevant items.
High jump boots are nice, if only to not shorten your jumps whenever you're dashing with speed booster equipped, but no high jump boots.
Flipheal gets the mock ball trick there, lets you roll with running speed. That gets you under those gates. Hey, there's the other green rupee. Gets you under those gates that you would otherwise... Wait, he does have speed booster. That probably would have been faster.
Oh. Eykir did the wall jump back up the shaft thing.
Nice.
While going to Spacer Beam. So basically what you do is you fall and you don't see Samus, so you have to time it. When she lands on the crumbling block, you just do a spin jump so you can wall jump up the shaft again and mid-air morph.
Yeah, I've seen it done. I've never been able to do it.
Well, the only tricky part is you don't see Samus. It's a timing thing.
Right.
If you could see her, you could do it anywhere else fairly trivially.
All right, Flipheal got 2 missile tanks out of the Atakun area. There's one more prize down here.
Oh.
All right, perfect. There's our third power bomb pack.
Vanilla power bombs. So with 15 total, they won't have to stop and refill PBs to check everything doing bring a loop.
And like I mentioned earlier, if the ice beam doesn't show up, that's enough to kill all 4 rooms of Metroid without needing to rely on drop lock or backtracking to refill.
Although I've yet to see a C that puts you in go mode with only 5 power bombs. More of a SM rando thing.
Fair. Now, these side hoppers are pretty brutal too. These are 80 damage a hit with only the power suit.
And
Ooh,
space.
there is our space jump at Mission Impossible.
Ooh, nice. You did the Mission Impossible trick thing. You just go back up before the crumble block reappears. And you don't have to go through the morph tunnel. So you save a bit of time.
Right, in this room, Flip is going to abuse the way super missiles accelerate to clip one through that gate. Got it first try.
The only place in the vanilla game where you can do the reverse gate glitch. Normally you can glitch a gate from the right side, but in this place in particular, you can do it from the left side with a super missile.
Setting up for Spore Spawn skip here. Screen shake there means it got done properly. And
got a very rare PB drop from one of the Green Hornet things. I think it's a 2% chance to get a PB from them. The red ones, I mean.
Firing that super missile in that way breaks a super missile block off screen before it can despawn, and is how you get Spore Spawn's item without fighting him.
Vanilla supers.
Is this even randomized?
So the trick to Spore, there are many ways to do the Spore skip. But the one thing they all have in common is this camera must be scrolled all the way to the right. If you're not scrolled all the way to the right, it won't work.
Right, the missile will despawn before it can hit the block.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, what do we have at Charge Beam? Arrow capacity.
So if there's something at Waterway, then check getting speed out of Upper Norfair first was very inspired. But might not be anything here. Oh,
Whoopsie.
too high. It can be tricky to do a horizontal shine spark from the water with no gravity suit, but you got it. Second try. And nothing.
Swag that.
Could be something at Climb Supers.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. And we are in good position to head to Retrobred.
And we have enough PBs to fully clear it. Hold on. One for the door, one for the... You can save a few, yeah, with Speed Booster you can... They both can break some bomb blocks using Speed Booster instead of having to use a power bomb, so the 11 he has should be enough.
Green Hill Zone, just one item here to finish out the Bryn Loop. $20.
Flipheal already paid. No, it was Eykir paid. Who checked Zora? Flipheal, right?
Flip dead.
Yeah, okay. So money is not really an issue anymore.
Yeah, all we need now is 110 for Kiki the Monkey, right?
Yeah, and the dig game and the chess game, but there's not a lot.
Right. Chess game is 80 rupees, I think.
Chess should be... Digging game is 80, I think. See, Flipheal wants to save a PB here by doing a speed ball to break the bomb blocks. Gets it second try. Here you don't have a choice. You have to use a PB. Oh,
Magic Cape, that little dubious. That could point toward Aga, but we still need a sword to put that in logic.
Well, we're only missing a sword because we got the lamp and the cape.
Oh God, you're right.
Something Moon Pearl could be on the pyramid ledge, or something that leads to Moon Pearl could be there.
Right. All right, so four more items here. 2 in this room, 2 in Billy Mays. More arrows. Heart piece.
Gonna use a PB here. Probably wants to save some energy for the climb shaft spark.
Definitely. And then up there we'll have Omega Brain Room, Shaft Supers, and Omega Missiles.
Bomb 3, so yeah. Nothing at Billy Mays.
Aside from that cape, Retro Brain was a bust. Might have been a total bust, depending on if that cape does end up required for Angle 1 or not.
Or bump a gated ledge, yeah.
Oh, right, that's a thing too, I forgot. It's been so long since I've seen progression there.
Plenty of PBs. Can check Old Mama Brain and climb supers. Only needs 5 more PBs, 6 if he wants to use 1 to escape bomb 3, so. Yes, he's grabbing energy. Without Ice Beam or Screw Attack, it can be a bit tricky to set up the Shine Spark you need to get the Climb Super item. That's enough, as long as he doesn't take a bunch of damage. That's plenty. Can be easier said than done.
How much damage do these guys do? Or is he just gonna bomb them?
Looks like he's gonna, yeah. Well, it's not they do damage. They hit you and you fall in the acid. That's what.
Oh,
what happened.
duh.
Oh, that's the danger.
Oopsie. Second try.
Nothing.
More money! And then the last item here is Omega Missiles or 230 missiles, depending on your preferred nomenclature. Either way, it is the last item you collect in 100% item collection speedruns.
We got all the boot items. Space jump, speed booster, and high jump boost. So Super Metroid is going to be fast.
And that 30 super missiles is the magic number for Ridley. He takes double damage from them, so 600 times 30 is his 18,000 health.
For every super you whiff, you need to hit him with 6 missiles.
Correct. All right, I forgot Bomb Torizo. How did I forget Bomb Torizo? But
Ooh.
yeah, Flipheal makes the judgment call. Not 5 super missiles. Just
changes his mind. I can
the
understand.
Torizo fight's not going to be too terribly long. Just 2 supers directly into him, and he goes down.
It's better to do 2 missiles than 1 super because you skip an animation, but it hardly matters. Like, he dies in a couple of seconds anyway.
Yeah, there is a way to skip to get out of Bomb Torizo's room before the door can close, but it's currently it's either TAS or PAL region only.
Might be both, actually.
Oh, that. No,
That's only in the PAL region.
I'm reasonably sure I remember hearing that it's possible, it's human viable on PAL because of the way the frame rate interacts with timers, but for NTSC, it's definitely TAS only. All right, you think Flipheal goes down to Red Tower, or does he do Wreck Ship?
Well, he can't do Wreck Ship turbo fast. They're actually kind of running out of locations to check other than Wreck Ship. That wasn't all that much in Bryn Loop.
And actually, yeah.
Eastern can be finished, but I don't think there's an item remaining. So that,
no, we saw all 3 prices in Eastern, and it's dependent anyway.
Right. So unless you have progression in Red Tower, which could be the case, because if there's a skip, I can understand people doing it, skipping Red Ship, because you only ever reset away in 15 seconds away from it. The opportunity cost is not very big when you decide to skip Red Ship.
I couldn't tell what the item was at the ocean morph base. Did you see?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, well, so yeah, Flip is doing Wrecked Ship. So if he grabs it when he gets there, we'll know it was something.
If they had a suit, I would understand skipping Red Ship here. But we're down to Red Ship and Red Tower. And
right, yeah.
X-ray.
Yeah, Red Tower is actually only 2 checks. No, 3. Alpha power bombs, beta power bombs, and then the missile tank behind alpha power bombs.
That and X-ray now, which is now in logic thanks to
right, since we've got the can fly from the space jump.
So other than those, we don't have much left, so it's probably Wrecked Ship.
Right, just based on item density, it's more like, since there's more items here, it's more likely what we need is here.
Eykir also hesitates, but decides to grab the supers. And when you get 30, I can understand skipping them or wanting to take him anyway.
That's telling us that they think that Flip saw a sword at the morph base.
Okay, so it makes sense to want that sword. Put Saga in logic, so this progression could be on Pyramid Ledge.
That would be awful.
Like, you could have his suit in Pyramid Ledge and Moon Pearl is in Norfair or Meridia.
Flipheal finishes Vantoon off with a super missile, which actually does double damage to him. But if a super missile doesn't kill him, it will enrage him, and he'll sit at the top of the screen for about 30 seconds and just waste your time. And we get the Ridley boss token.
Yeah, so don't listen to Nintendo Power when they say use 6 supers to defeat the Vantoon or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Actually, speaking of, that reminds me of a bit in the Donkey Kong Country 3 strategy guide. In the level Poisonous Pipeline, there's the guide author takes note of a particular corner that seems oddly well defended. If you haven't gone through bonus room 1, that corner is where you find an on-guard barrel. But obviously, if you have gone through bonus room 1, you're already on guard, so it won't be there.
That wouldn't be the first time Nintendo Power is wrong about something.
Well, that wasn't Nintendo Power. I think that was other Prima or Brady games, but just similar thing, you know.
And Eykir resets, sees it's nothing, and climb supers. The Flipheal will save to save scum the back of Wrecked Ship.
Yeah, but honestly, I've heard that in some situations, the competitors have started to not save scum this, just swallow the time loss.
Well, the time it takes to save, to go back down and then reset and then the menuing, you save time, but it's not all that much. And you weigh that against, well, odds are pretty good I'm going to keep whatever's there anyway, unless you're looking for exactly just one item.
Right.
So he said, well, most of the time I'm going to keep it, so I'm not really saving any time by save scumming, so might as well just not save scum and get it.
Yep. Vinny and Chad pointing out that with no suit, this could be dangerous.
Oh.
Ooh, but that's our hammer. That's a piece of Dark World access. I think that also gets us to East Death Mountain. Or is that Brookshire?
Well, either would bring you there. Just
Okay.
the hammer and the mirror gives you the top route, and the hook shot gives you the broken bridge route. A
Gotcha.
good thing that Flipheal saved because he's one hit away from dying. So if he
Ooh.
does die, he's not. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is. Yeah, he's
Well,
gonna reset immediately to save the time of the death animation. Yeah, Chad
hey,
again pointing out he could have crystal flashed.
the good news is he hasn't lost so much out of the time. That silver lining here, he lost maybe like 40 seconds.
With the number of races I've seen decided by 30 seconds or less, you never know. But yeah, that's one of the things I love about the randomizer. You can have wildly divergent routes, and the runners still finish within minutes, if not seconds, of each other.
He only had 12 power, so crystal flashing would have brought him down to 1. He would have needed to farm a couple of puffs to. He would need at least 5, maybe 6 for the rest of Red Chip.
Yeah, this time he's got plenty of energy to make it back through.
Well, those platforms are gonna do they do 2 tanks of damage now. If you can't go through them, or if they hit you, they hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Crystal Flash, and he wouldn't have power bombs for the bowling alley, like you were kind of saying. Oh, Faintun is just not cooperating for Eykir. Trying to do the Doppler strats by moving toward him as you fire the missiles, you can stun lock him doing that. But he's just not cooperating. He's just swerving a little too high.
Mid, no, long.
And there's a slow pattern with a fast eye close, the worst RNG you can get in any given cycle.
You could have that, the slow pattern, the fast eye close, and the 10-second fire rain.
Okay, yeah, that would be worse. Yeah, I had forgotten that the duration of the fire ring was variable. Flip K goes through one of the work robots. I think that was just like a package of arrows.
Yeah, it was nothing.
And we did have someone in chat confirm that the Middle Earth item is a sword, so we will definitely see that.
Coming to Rekshia was the play anyway, not just for the sword we're gonna get, but for the hammer.
Right.
And the required
sword. Yeah, hammer opens up the. Yep, there's that sword. Hammer also opens up the Death Mountain checks, so we can avoid Aga for a little longer.
The sword is for. You can also use the hammer for Moldorm.
So we can head to Tower of Hera, get that last check, hopefully get the other prize off of Moldorm and not have to go into the basement. All right, Flipheal at the bowling choso. Got a 30-second break for this. Wipe your hands, take a drink.
Oof. Eykir was.
Takes a bit of damage.
When you have speed booster and high jump boots, it's very easy to just bonk your head on those spikes.
Right.
Oh, fire!
Oh,
wow.
fire rod.
That was a stacked wrecked ship. Wow.
And we've still got two more. We've still got 2 more checks. The reserve tank item here, and the gravity suit item. That's just missiles. That's underwhelming. Although that is exactly enough energy to fight Mother Brain 2, but not quite enough for the full endgame, since you also have to do Mother Brain 1. And a full heart.
Items. That's pretty good.
Stacked ship, absolutely.
That's rare.
Somehow, though, that doesn't actually open that much. Like, Fire Rod wasn't blocking anything, was it?
No, but it could be. I mean, his Skull Woods is a pendant. Okay, well, it's required for Turtle Rock and logically for GT as well.
Right, and like I said, we're into Red Tower. We only have 3 checks here: Alpha Power Bombs, Beta Power Bombs, and the missiles behind Alpha Peeps.
But with that hammer and mirror, we have 8 items on the Eastern Death Mountain, plus whatever remaining item there's in Hera.
Yeah, Chad again pointing out, once we find the Moon Pearl, Pet is fully in play. Yeah, Flip took a lot of damage on that out trip.
He's damaging down to do a Crystal Flash, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I forgot for a second there. We also have access to the X-ray scope.
It's another sword.
And missiles. Wait, that's vanilla. Stop doing that, randomizer.
Oh man, if either of them had skipped wrecked ship and found, oh no, wait, they found that sword, yeah, they would they might have gone to Aga, which could end up still being required, but I think the better play is checking Death Mountain first.
Yeah, the Death Mountain is, yeah, there's decent. You said, how many checks did you say?
Well, there's 7 in Paradox Cave, 1 in Spiral Cave, and 1 remaining in Hera, so that's 9 total.
10. Of course, we could also find something at X-ray, which we're about to see on flip side. Those spikes are extra dangerous with only the power suit. You saw how much damage they did in as Eykir and Flip were both checking getting the hammer.
Nothing in
and it's just a ruby. Chad asking, the fire rod is at the destructible Chozo. Flip is in the perfect position to head on over to back to Norfair and take the cross-game portal at the business center.
He'll be exactly where he needs to be.
Alrighty, let's see what we've got at East Death Mountain. Actually, no. Yeah, Flip has. Yeah, you have to go up. Yeah, Flip has to go up to Hera first, to that area first to go then swing around. So he'll probably kill Moldorm and finish that check just to get it out of the way. You're not going to be here again for a while unless somebody leads you to the tablets.
Moldor might have the last item, though.
Yeah, or it could be in the basement.
Yeah, both are not good.
All right, we've got a little bit of a lull. I'd like to ask you to follow the commentary team, follow the runners. I'll fire those commands in chat real quick. Looks like Flip is going to bomb jump here. Oh, Flip didn't do Hera earlier.
It was Eykir that did it.
Right. I got my wires crossed. All right. Looks like Flip is going to go for hammer strats on Moldorm. That'll do, again, that like the pots in Tower Basement, that's tempered sword damage. And it will prevent, so are the spins with the Master Sword. And well done. Ooh, gotta go. Gotta take the basement. All right, looks like Eykir was farming a bit. Is gonna do a crystal flash before he heads over to the X-ray room. Appeal sets up the coffee break strat. You getting displaced by the blue blocks will render you invulnerable. So that's another 30-second or so break for Flip.
Roll by waivers.
Yeah, pops them a little early to save it just a teeny bit of time.
Charge
beam. Not mandatory, but very welcome. Yeah,
It's
until we find a few more... Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say it's a situation where you find it, you'll keep it, but if you knew it was in the basement of Hera, you wouldn't go for it.
Right. Couldn't quite see what was at the Sky Ledge item. Heading down through Spiral Cave. Yeah, as I mentioned, we almost have enough ammo to fight Mother Brain without use of the charge beam, so... Yeah.
So what, like I wanted to go back to this, we still haven't found Varia. So if you end up with charged plasma, then all your ammo will become crystal flash, enablers instead of ammo that you spend to fight.
Your DPS is better with missiles just because you can fire them more quickly than the beam charges, but
if you're not spending all of them to kill Ridley, then you can use them as to crystal flash.
Right. All right, last 5 checks. What we got? No.
And
gravity suit.
Let's see. We don't have
that points us straight at Meridia. We have all the. You know what? That is everything in Super Metroid except Norfair. Flipheal considering his options.
Well, Shack Tool's not in Logic yet, and Plasma neither. But you can do the pseudo screw attack with Charge Beam to kill the pirates. But I don't think the Logic expects that of you.
Gotcha. But yeah, other than those exceptions and well, like I said, all of Norfair, that's all of Super Metroid in Logic.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a while before we get back to Link to the Past.
We could have a Gum on Moon Pearl.
Could also find it in Meridia and be expected to and our Dark World access could be the cross-chain portal behind Balloon.
Not necessarily. If you find Moon Pearl, you can take whatever portal you want.
Oh, right. We have the tools to get to. You have the tools to get to most of them. You're right.
Flipheal gets the short charge, and that was vanilla missiles at Main Street. Nothing.
Got a red rupee at the Crab Supers. These space pirates are the same ones you find in the plasma beam room, and I have no idea why that is.
Like, you look, you found a new beam, and you can kill these guys now.
That's fair. Like,
grapple. That's Shack Tool.
God, there's Shack Tool. Oh God. I think if I'm Flip, I think if I'm Flip in this situation, I bite the bullet and then I check Shack Tool because that's the only thing that grapple is gating. So it's finding the grapple at that time. That's a pretty clear director to me.
It could be, or it could just be that grapple is useless and it just happened to be placed there because there was nowhere else to put it.
As our good commentator friend the Shades noted, it's all about the gambles you take and which ones pay off or don't.
Yeah.
Like, if it was me, I would take that bet.
If I found Moon Pearl before Shack Tool, I would not check Shack Tool. I could end up paying for it, but I don't think that's likely. If, however, we still I haven't found anything yet, then yeah, you check Shack Tool.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Like, finish the loop first, and then Shack Tool is the last thing you do if you didn't get anything.
And that's Mitz. Doesn't put much in Logic yet without Flippers, without Moon Pearl.
Or Varia.
Oh, he's in the Norfair. Okay.
Yeah, well, that was the ice beam room.
Okay, so well, that's useful knowledge, not just utility. You know where all the places Varia cannot be, and it cannot be behind Mitz.
Yeah, that's valuable. All right, Flipheal's into the aqueduct. Are we going to check? Yep. Going to make a save here to expedite checking the sand pits. All right, we're doing the left sand pit first. What do we have? Bombs, bomb capacity upgrade, and second shield. Cat asking, no, the mitts, our first glove upgrade was in Sphere 0. So Vanilla Ice, no. Unless you mean Vanilla Ice Beam, which, yes, that's correct.
Ice, baby.
Okay, neither sandpit paid out, and yep, Flip's gonna make the gamble on Shack Tool. Honestly, this is a good time to do this, because that'll get this out of the way, and if it's nothing, you can just reset. You can reset back to the save he made to check the sandpits. And this break is about a minute long, if I recall correctly. All right, let's see. What do we have?
Oh
Look,
boy. That's an annoying find, jeez.
Oh, that's awful. Because that could point to progression on the tablets, or it could just be a troll.
Then now he has to go all the way around back up to Aqueduct.
Yeah, you have to keep that.
Which is why some favor doing Dragon first. Because if Shack Tool's your last check, then you can just bail out of Meridia. And Various Suit is right there. Okay, well, we won't be going to Link to the Past for a while.
Yeah, Super Metroid is going to be full clear before we even think of getting back to Link to the Past. Yeah. Honestly, if the ammo continues to present itself, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them finish Super Metroid and do Mother Brain before we go back to Link to the Past.
Well, they would have to find other tokens, and some of them
Oh, right.
aren't.
Right, there are 2 tokens in the Dark World. Derp.
Like, Flipheal's gonna try the gate glitch.
Well done.
Yeah, 4th try. Thereabout.
Yeah, the spacer. The earlier you find spacer, the more use you have for it, since it's completely obsoleted by the plasma. Yeah, Chad asking about Flip and Varia. He'll probably check it right now. He just didn't get to it before. He just chose to do it. He just chose to do it after he did the sandpits. Oh God! I don't like this.
He's probably getting it on his way out.
Hope you're right.
Go to Aqueduct, get the Aqueduct items, and then take the drain up to Plasma Room. Oh boy.
You said yourself, Plasma's not in logic.
Yeah, but he has Charge Beam, and Speed Booster, so it's not in logic.
You can kill them. You can kill them with Shine Spark Echoes,
or with the Pseudo Screw with Charge Beam. You need to hit him twice, so it hurts a bit. But
gotcha.
With Gravity Suit, it's not really an issue usually.
Cat asking, yeah, I definitely see that. I definitely think Flip can do the short charges for Dragon Shine Sparks. Yeah, Fluffy Mittens. Flip not checking the Aqueduct items is what I don't. I don't know. Like, he could. Like, oh, plasma pirates. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, short charge for plasma pirates. That makes sense.
And that was a
But
happy.
what's the frame window for the full happy? It's very small, isn't it?
It's less than a second. I don't know exactly how much.
Okay. I know for a while the full happy was TAS only. I think it was at least.
Can do the easy kill with the grapple beam.
Yep, all you gotta do is let Dragon gunk you, grab you, and then grapple onto one of the
Nice
broken
spark.
turrets. Yeah, good, very good spark.
A bit too low there, but he's almost dead. There we go.
Very good fight. And I'm completely wrong.
Okay.
$20 at the space jump item.
So hopefully Flip remembers he hasn't done Aqueduct, but I don't think he'll forget. I've seen runners just do it later after Dragon on their way
Gotcha.
out.
Oh no. Oh
Mm.
no.
Well, he won't be going very far with just the book.
Oh right, no Moon Pearl.
So that's basically Ether Tablet and Pedestal, or also Desert, I guess. And if he finds Moonspell up there, then he might be in trouble. But if it's nothing, then he's going back to Meridia for sure.
Right. Right, we've got the ether tablet here. I have forgot about that.
So for the sake of Flip, let's hope that's not where Moonpearl is.
All right, what's ether tablet give us? Absolutely nothing.
Gonna be Desert, or hopefully not Aga.
Yeah, this looks like a desert play.
Once again, for the sake of the race, hopefully Moonpearl's not there.
Yeah, chat is suggesting that finding the book at Shack Tool threw off Flip's rhythm. And yeah, Terra's Esper from Final Fantasy VI is Flipheal sprite, and then if you haven't seen it yet, the sprite, Eykir's sprite for Link to the Past is Sailor Mercury. Desert has two prices, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's see where this leads then. There's one of them. Have we seen the other one? I was looking at Eykir.
No, I don't think so. We got the big key, the small key, and an item. So there could
Okay.
be an item on the right side, or it could be on
Right side
land
is where the
zone.
big key chest is, correct?
Yes.
Remind me where Eykir found the other lift upgrade?
Ice beam.
Ice Beamer, right.
Does Eykir take the... No, he doesn't have the charge beam, but he could kill the plasma pirates with speed echoes. We'll see if he goes up.
Actually, yeah, he's in a good position to do that.
He's not.
All right, Flipheal incinerates Landmolus for the map, so that means there is a prize left at the big key chest. Now we saw a crystal eternal rock, so the real question is probably going to wind up being, where is the ice rod? All right, Eykir is down into Norfair. This is yeah, this is the time to go do all the heated checks, or not?
Gonna check.
Right, he's got the same checks Eykir, Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there's the other prize, some more power bombs.
Now flip. You know where. I was gonna turn the bottle. Get his bow. That will bring him to Eastern, but he won't find any progression there.
Flip gets his bow. Like you're heading down Frog Speedway. Yeah, Flip's heading for Eastern. I mean, Penn is not out of play yet. This might, depending on what happens there, this might not be the worst play.
That's a single arrow.
There's only one of those on the item pool, right?
Yes, it's a unique item.
Where is it found in the vanilla game? Do you know offhand?
It's the for is it pod? I think for the
Okay.
statue. I'm not sure. Vanilla game.
Chat saying that we've got our third sword upgrade in Bubble Mountain. Well, there's screw attack. That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah, it's gonna make Lower Norfair a breeze.
So yeah, Lower Norfair is going to be 100% free for Eykir.
And he has Ice Rod.
Well, so much for that Ice Rod hunt I was talking about. Yeah, Varia was an aqueduct. We're going theory right now is that finding Book at Shag Tool threw Flipheal off, and he forgot about it.
Now he's gambling that Armless Knights have the last item, but they don't. We'll have to dive back in to get the last item. Well, there's always the hope that he forgets what he missed. He could have skipped and looks at the map, and we'll see that Aqueduct is blue.
The worst case scenario is that Flip mismarked his tracker, because I've heard of that happening, that is the worst way to lose a race.
Yeah, Chef Supers is done. All of Criteria, Bryn Star, and Wreck Ship is done. For both racers.
And I think the only thing we haven't seen in Meridia is the plasma beam room. Well done. Good, very good Armos Knight fight.
To go back in for the last item, though.
Yeah, I think at this point you don't skip anything.
Well, he's out of checks, so he probably figures that Moon Pearl is the last item.
Eykir did find his plasma beam at the speed booster room.
Right, so Upper Norfair is stacked.
Yeah. Super missiles are still better DPS than the beam right now, but Eykir didn't. I forget where was charged that Eykir didn't find it yet.
It's in the basement of Hera.
Hera basement, right? Honestly, he might not get it because he's got plenty of ammo to fight Ridley and Brother Brain with only ammo.
Yeah, so if you find Moon Pearls here, he's absolutely not going to Hera basement. Unless it's a Petsy.
Okay, Samaria, Hookshot, Moon Pearl. I think that's all we need for go mode, barring medallions.
Potentially,
Yeah, we definitely need at least one medallion. Meyer and Turtle Rock are both crystals for boss pendant, bosses. So, hang on.
they don't need food. Yeah. They have the boats. You have boat suits and space jump. Front door of an Lower Norfair is in logic.
Right. Yeah, that we can backdoor Meyer with that if we need to. Just to make another call here. What does he go the standard route, or does he go left and check Showcase Showdown?
Oh, with I was gonna say with charge plasma, but he doesn't have charge, so might actually just skip the front. He didn't save though, so he's not gonna save scum it. He's going for it. Yeah, Flip skipped Varia in Aqueduct. Doesn't know he skipped Aqueduct, so. It could. No, it can't. I was gonna say it could still be an Agassi, but no. Well, Moon Pearl could be on Aga Ledge, the Pyramid Ledge. We don't know that for sure yet.
Right, but all right, Showcase Showdown is just money. And Eykir is going to have to fight Goltorizo with super missiles. there's a way to position him so that he can't hit you. So, and right there, that's the sweet spot for Eykir. He may need to farm up some supers to finish the fight, but it's going to be close. It looks like. Oh, one left over, but he accidentally fired that last one.
30-31 is what you need if you just keep chaining them.
Gotcha.
Because he catches a few, so to make sure he catches it as little as possible, you just keep shooting.
More energy at the screw attack, Jozo. Yeah, we see Flipheal is doing the castle tower, and Eykir is gonna. You see, yeah, this he can. I don't think he can open the chests in the Meyer shed, but it is. Oh, Meyer medallion is quick.
You can.
So that's knowledge we need to find. So we need to find that. But he can do checkerboard, and he can also he's also in a position to backdoor desert.
Can mirror bunny. You can also get deboosted by the murder bird into the door frame.
Oh, mirror bunny is a thing. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but
it's when you enter the room while pressing the mirror at the exact same time.
Is that an expected trick or no?
No, absolutely not. It's a glitch.
Let me rephrase that. Can the randomizer logic expect that?
No, not in
Okay.
SMZ3. Use the mirror.
So we just need to find Moon Pearl, and that is pretty much all of Dark World open to us.
Didn't get it. Gonna try again. Nope. Yeah, you got it.
All right, let's see what's at the pyramid ledge.
Nothing in Meyer shed. And
oh
nothing.
god, it's a nope tank.
Well, now he has to think, what did I leave behind or forget to do?
Yeah, with what we've seen, I'm reasonably sure that the Moon Pearl has to be somewhere in Norfair.
If it's not there, it's behind something that's in Lower Norfair.
We've checked we've checked Waterway, it's nothing.
The only place that is in Norfair we have remaining is Plasma Room.
Meridia.
Think Flip. Just back to Super Metroid and look at your map. Look at your map in Super Metroid. Okay, no. Oh. No, I was gonna say he's gonna do King's Tomb, but he can't.
Yeah, King's Tomb requires both lift upgrades, right?
That or a mirror. And the Moon Pearl. But yes, if you don't have Dark World access, you need both gloves.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's a good. Go back to Super Metroid and look at Meridia. Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be what he's doing.
He's going up. Okay, good.
Yeah, like you said, Yeah, aqueduct for Flip, and then plasma beam room for both is the only thing left in Meridia. See Eykir lighting the Desert Palace torches to expose the landmass room using the lamp instead of the fire rod saves a little bit of magic.
Look at the map, Flip.
Very good landmass fight for Eykir.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that is a very dead last location. But you're here. Do you check plasma room too?
I think he's going to. No reason otherwise he would be doing this.
Varia is a huge find here, so...
Actually, no, I'm wrong, because he could just be heading back out. Yeah, he could just be heading back, taking this way to go back out of Meridia. Yeah, I'm wrong.
It's in logic for Eykir because he has screw attack.
And Eykir found that plasma beam.
Yeah, the plasma beam too. That's right.
Yeah, Eykir's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna farm supers off the Rippers since he doesn't have charge to fight Ridley with. I believe Rippers are a guaranteed super drop unless you're in health bomb range and or your supers are full.
These, I assume. We found all the meme items except the spring ball.
I don't think we have any pendants. No, we do. Skullwoods is a pendant. Is the green pendant. So yeah, so we could not have Moon Pearl on Ped. Eykir moving on through fast pillars. And he's got all the tools he needs to make the worst room in the game. Yes, it's actually called that. Make it easy. Franker Z room is... No, that's Mickey Mouse. Franker Z's on the way out. But it's nothing. The timing on the space jump in Super Metroid is a little weird. That's why Eykir did that wall kick briefly to reset it, so he could just proceed up through Amphitheater more quickly.
There's also the screen shake that makes it really awkward to space jump.
Gotcha.
I find space jumping while the screen is shaking to be harder.
Firefly item is just some more money. Flip's not going to take the Nope tank. Gets his plasma beam.
At this point, they have Varia, so I don't expect to see tanks being picked up anymore.
Yeah, I could see Flip grabbing one more energy tank so he can do stand-up glitch on Mother Brain. Eykir's already got enough, but he doesn't have charge beam to do it with.
Those are pretty good. He's gonna find one opening chest and Link to the Past anyway, so.
Fair. All right, what do we have at Power Bombs of Shame? Super
More ammo.
missiles. Oh, yeah,
I
that is enough supers to fight Mother Brain all on their own. Like I said, yeah, we're still hoping for Ice Beam and Wave Beam would be nice, but yeah, Charged Plasma is 450 damage, so being able to fire the super missiles faster does give you better DPS than that. But again, like I said 5 seconds ago, Eykir doesn't have charge.
Which is why he's not skipping super packs that are free.
Right, I forgot what I said 5 seconds ago, and it annoyed me. That's why, yeah. All right, Flip's heading down through Frog Speedway. I think if I think Flip will check Croc now. That's what, if I was in his position, that's what I would do.
Well, he was gonna check Ice Beam and then get his mids, and then.
Right. Yeah, he's in the right position to take the vanilla route to Croc. Eykir going all out with the super missiles.
That was pretty quick.
Well done. All right, Flip's got his mitts. Eykir finds $20 in Ridley's stash.
I expected Flipheal to go down. Yep.
All right, gonna come out right by Croc.
Going to Croc the intended way.
All right, and Crocomire does not take damage the way other bosses do. Each shot into his open mouth backs him up a certain distance. But as you just saw there, he's not flagged to top plasma beam shots because it's supposed to be impossible to have plasma beam for him. So it passed straight through him, damaged every frame, and he backed straight up into the lava.
Because he just took a billion damage, so he's backing away all the way. And that's Flute.
That is...
So returning to Meyer is going to be fast and easy. So you feel less inclined to... You don't feel obligated to check Meyer on your first way, on your first time through Norfair, because you can't go back there whenever you want with the Flute in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, just have to take the time to head back to Kakariko and activate it.
It's worth it. You haven't started the Dark World yet. And that was Moon Pearl at PB's in jail.
Oh boy. All right, what do we have at the Hood of Ruby special? Just $20. So we're still looking for Keen of Samaria to get us through Meyer and Turtle Rock.
Wave beam, charge wave plasma.
I believe that combination is $750.
So if Flip checks Gold Teriso, he's going to have a very fast and easy way to kill him.
Right. Yeah.
Unless he, I didn't see if he saved. Maybe he's going to reset if he finds nothing. Oh, well, that's hook shot. Think he's keeping that.
All right, and what do we have in Indiana Jones? Bloomerang!
Jeez. So we need the Cane, we need Quake, and potentially also Bombos.
All right. So, yeah. Kane. Kane, Quake, yeah.
Flippers because of swamp, yeah. And ice, but so I think Eykir will also do Croc, hopefully. We know Flip has no choice but to go to lower Norfair to get his Moon Pearl.
Eykir could still be skipping Croc. I mean,
Yes.
he could.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. I was gonna say he could be swinging around to do the vanilla route like Flip did. Flip's not gonna bother with that bottle.
Not going to lower Norfair though. Oh, he's gonna activate the fluid and go. Okay, I get it. He's turning on. He's activating the fluid and going to take the portal there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gets him straight to Gold Torizo, whom he can kill very quickly and easily with Charge Wave Plasma.
Also avoids him needing. Also avoids him wasting the time checking Showcase Showdown sight unseen. All right, let's see what Eykir finds at the Bombos tablet. All rise for the Hyrule National Anthem. Okay, he's doing Fake Flipper to where?
Oh, I was gonna check King's Tomb.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't see a badger though.
Say it looks like we found Mushroom in Hype Cave. And $300 in the King's Tomb.
Gonna see that he needs Quake and then head to lower Norfair.
Gonna try to do that same trick that Eykir did earlier. Get to first try, it looks like, or not. How can you tell if you got that?
Because you can use your items. You can slash your sword, you can dash.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's only the mirror you can use, I think.
Alright, Eykir is into pod. Flipheal is gonna check. Checkerboard.
This could still be a pet seed.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, pet could be flippers, or it could be Samaria, I believe.
It can be Quake too.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Could be Bombos required for Terra Raw.
Oh, God.
Could be anything remaining.
Alright, Flip is gonna check Gold Torizo. I agree with that call.
Yeah, with Charge Wave Plasma, it's a very... okay. It's a waste of time, but it's a very fast waste of time.
Flip's got himself in the safe position, and by crouching and aiming up with L&R, you can hit Goltorizo with your shots twice.
And that's all she wrote.
Yeah. The Ridley fight will still be faster with super missiles since he takes double damage from them. But Flip will also doesn't need to farm if he doesn't want to take the time. But since you're right here, might as well get a few. Eykir's making his way through pod. Flipheal also has all the tools to make the worst room in the game super easy. Gotta edge out of there carefully so you don't hit the crumble blocks underneath those bomb blocks, and then fall and have to go all the way around. There you go. Flip's got that 7th energy tank and a reserve tank from somewhere, so he will definitely be able to do the stand-up grids to start fighting Mother Brain Phase 3 early. If that book turns out to have been pointless, I will be very sad.
Probably is.
Actually, well, there was nothing on either tablet, and the book is only mandatory to check the tablets and check the pedestal, right? No, you needed to get the tablets, but only to check the pedestal.
You can pull pad without the book, but you cannot get what's on the tablet without the book, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Flip. That we basically didn't need that book.
Could not have known that at the time, so.
Right, but it's
something that's only a mistake in hindsight is not really a mistake.
Fair, absolutely fair to say. Yeah, Flippy is gonna fight really with those supers.
Get really to Pogo. Makes him pretty easy to get supers into him.
Trolling with that tail.
That's all she wrote. Meanwhile, Eykir is about to fight Hum's Arcane, which can be a problem, but
going for bomb strategies on the mask.
Yeah, 4 bombs is all you need if you don't miss any.
Well done. I don't think I've ever seen a bomb only mask. I don't think I've ever seen the mask knocked off with only bombs.
That's how I did it as a kid, and it took someone telling me you can do it with a hammer too. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's credit for Kraid. I didn't play Link to the Past until I was an adult. The Zelda series on whole never really captured me the way it captured so many others. Yeah, Metroid was always my jam.
I still have my Metroid 1 NES cartridge.
I owned a copy of Super Metroid for a long time. I lost it into the care of a friend, 20 years ago now. Alrighty, what's Eykir got in mind?
He has a lot of choices.
Yeah, I think the only things off limits to us are Mire until we find Quake, and then Turtle Rock until we find Samaria. Plus possibly a medallion for Turtle Rock.
Well,
And then Swamp without the flippers.
well, in Flip's position, after getting the Moon Pearl, what I would do is immediately do Dark Death Mountain to know what medallion I need. And also, sometimes the keys are... I like the analogy someone made a long time ago. He said sometimes the key to Turtle Rock is under the mat. Under the mat being like Hookshot Cave.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, I don't have the medallion or the cane, and then they're both in Hookshot Cave.
That happened in a community race I commentated recently. Alright, Flip's got his Moon Pearl.
Almost 2 hours in.
And that Moon Pearl was buried. X-ray scope. I don't know why Flip is bothering unless it's just for the memes.
Well, it could be for the memes, or it's also a safety when you do stand-up glitch.
Oh right, if you get locked down in the wrong position, you can force yourself to stand up with it.
Yeah, because if you get force nailed in a position where Mother Brain can't hit you, you're soft lock. But if you just use X-ray for a second, you will be back up. Samus will get back on her feet again, and you can move.
Eykir doing the Ice Palace bomb jump because no Samaria to do the icebreaker glitch.
A good old IP bomb jump.
And I believe that is Super Metroid cleaned out for everybody, for both our racers.
Except Plasma Room.
That one last check.
And
I don't think we're going to see that.
Eykir hasn't done Croc, so he doesn't have the hook shot.
Oh right, yeah, Eykir has, yeah.
Well,
it looks like Flip is. Yeah, it looks like Flip is taking your advice and heading for Dark Death Mountain.
Well, I mean, it's a logical play. It's like, what do I need for Turtle Rock? I have to know. And it's 6 checks really quickly too, so.
This is Paradox Cave, right?
Yes. You can open the portal up top and see what medallion he needs.
Yeah, this also again, this does put him in the position to check that hookshot cave. And the medallion is, oh god,
Bombos.
Oh
so
god.
Ether was garbage. 2 medallions, the cane, and the flippers.
All right, 4 checks here in hookshot cave.
All of which could be on pedestal or in plasma room.
Ooh, half magic.
And Samaria, okay.
How about the, like you said, key under the mat. Kinda. Doesn't get us in because we need bombos to unlock it. Maybe we'll get lucky. He'll be here in Super Bunny.
No, but Bombos could be in Mire, so this could be a required double dip of Dark Death Mountain. Eykir defeats Coldstare, and something we forgot, but Flipheal did not, Spike Cave.
Oh. How are you normally expected to get through this? Is it with burner or cape or what?
I never remember what the logic is for Spike. Yes, I had the hard requirements of the Moon Pearl, Hammer, and Gloves.
While we were focused on Flip, Eykir finished up Ice Palace, but is going back in to finish grabbing prizes. All right, Flip, what you got in mind? The pause of "oh crap, I went to the wrong place." Looks like we're gonna get our overworld death, bleh, overworld dark world checks. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with the Skull Woods play right now, since this is the green pendant and pedestal is still in play, so.
Well,
oh yeah, actually, yeah, this will put him in a perfect position to check.
Yes. Also, I'm one of the players who considers Skullwoods to be an overworld check. So I don't care if it's dependent, I'm still looking at it. And if I have the book and it looks like every single remaining item could be on ped, I'm checking ped.
Gotcha.
Because then it informs your next move pretty.
Right, so it looks like he's gonna fight Mothula first, and then come back, then check ped after he's done with it.
Why not? A blind pull is always fun.
Fun for commentary, maybe, not for our runners. You say, yeah, you missed the bottom one, Flip.
You have the book. The 4 remaining items could all be on ped. We're here. We're checking ped. And pulling ped too. Why not?
Yeah, and the Mothula fight is, to me, this is just stupid. Conveyor belt floor, moving spikes. Mothula's damage is canceled if it gets hit into the spikes. Who hurt the dabs?
I'm imagining saying, well, Mothula in an empty room is a joke, so let's make this harder.
And I've heard horror stories about boss shuffle and putting other bosses in this room.
Well, Halmasaur King there is really fun to fight. Or like the Halmasaur King on the Moldorm's platform. And that's Bombos in the chess game, okay.
How about that?
Well, now with Turtle Rocks and Logic.
But we are going to get the pet check.
Will it be red first or just pulled? It's like a blind pull.
Oh, we did get all 3 pendants. I didn't realize we'd gotten all of them.
Oh my God!
It's the flippers! Pet required!
Blind pulled flippers. Okay. So now what we need is Quake on in Plasma Room or something.
For the ultimate troll seed.
The good news is means we're, well, he doesn't know it yet, but Flipheal is probably go-moding Meyer, which is always fun. I'm assuming the key is not in a trolley location. If Flip finds, like, Quake here, by the time he gets to Village, he'll have Flip out of Bombos and be in go mode. The dream is being able to go mode as many dungeons as you can. But that Quake could be anywhere. That's Gold Sword. I'm not gonna grab that. Doesn't make much. It doesn't. It won't save the time it takes to get it. Okay, so Flip's gonna get Bombos real soon. He's only going to be missing Quake. But Quake, ouch.
All right. Has there been anything in Village of Outcasts yet? I am.
Yeah, Bombos was a chess game, so Flip is gonna get it soon. He's going to be only missing Quake,
Gotcha.
with only one Dark World dungeon done. But Quake could be absolutely anywhere. Could be in Plasma Room.
Could be on Laser Bridge.
Oh yeah.
I remember, I think in the 2020-2021 tournament, there was a seed where Morph Ball was on Laser Bridge.
Oh, there was a couple of weeklies with Morph Ball and Laser Bridge. The last one was the best. Morph Ball was on Laser Bridge. It was the second to last Go Mode item. Go Mode item was Ice Rod at landing site PBs that you had to get with by infinite bomb jumping to them, and the Morph bombs were on right side Pendant Desert. And you might ask why not Speed Booster or Space Jump? Well, both those items were locked behind Morph bombs.
Oh my God.
So I was fortunate enough to have the Morph bombs, and I finished in the top 10. But there are some runners who full cleared Super Metroid except landing site PBs. Because they didn't have Morph bombs. They didn't have Speed Booster, didn't have Space Jump.
Yikes. Yeah, Blind is on a script the first time you enter his room. And Eykir follows the script and takes him out pretty easily. And there's our Ice Beam.
Alright, so pretty sure Eykir 2 will have a full beam combo, because he's gonna need to get hook shot out of Crocomire. And he's probably getting Wave Beam on the way.
Yeah, but then does he go back to Hera for charge?
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have charge. Probably not.
So, but so Flip will definitely get the Ice Beam too, so he will be fully crispy.
Okay, so the good news is for Eykir, he's probably going to check ped. And then he'll know he needs to, well, pull ped. So that's going to send him back to Hera, back to Eastern.
Right, those are the other two pendants. I had
And
these races fry the crap out of my brain.
And that means he could be checking basement and getting charge beam of Hera in a Hera.
He might. I mean, depends how behind he feels. If he feels like he's behind.
Well, whenever I race, one-on-one, I always assume I'm behind.
All right, so Eykir is making his check. He will see it.
Yep. He knows.
Looks like Flip found the other tunic upgrade somewhere. Did you see where?
No, I know about, well, there was one in Thieves Town, but what the other one is, I don't know. The first one.
The other one was the money item.
Okay, well, it was in the front of Thieves Town.
Gotcha. Got Chad talking about doing Ganon's Tower early with this loadout.
Sure.
And Meyer is a Super Metroid token, so yeah, we could do Ganon's Tower before we do Meyer, even though as again Chad is saying, we know that Quake can't be in there. No, the spikes in Mothula's room giving Eykir some trouble, but he makes it through. Oh, that's right. We also have the green pendant turn in.
Yeah, Flipheal hasn't done it yet. We'll probably do it on his way to pod. Has the cane, so he can do Icebreaker, which makes the dungeon faster.
Mm-hmm. That's a trick called door state extension. Doors are actually part of walls, so they're mapped so being in a door lets you move through the wall. So you just make more wall with the Samaria block. Are all the prizes in Ice Palace accounted for?
Yes.
Okay.
Flipheal is navigating through ice much quicker because he has the cane and the hook shot.
And for some reason, you can hook shot through blocks while they're moving because when they're moving, they're considered water. Or something like that.
Saved a lot of time by not needing to IPBJ and pre-hitting the switch on the first floor. So, because he can just use the cane here. Doesn't need to do the puzzle the intended way.
Alright, and we're on to the Cold Stare fight for Flipheal. 8 fire rod shots to melt the shell. And then let's see. Charge up trying to keep them clustered, so hit them all with one. Ooh, did pretty good. Very clean fight.
Where is Eykir going? Have we seen Catfish?
I don't think we have.
Oh, he's gonna do pyramid pairing, yeah.
Catfish is quick in vanilla, right?
Yes.
Alright, where is Flip heading to?
Hobo.
Oh, right. He didn't do Hobo earlier. Checking the ledge item real quick. All right,
Yeah.
what's the Pyramid Fairy got for us? Absolutely nothing.
So Flip will turn in the green pendant on his way to pod.
All righty, what's the green pendant turning get us? Nothing! All right, so Flip's go mode item is Quake to get into Mire. And then Eykir is roughly the same, but he's also got to get to Crocomire to get the hook shot. And we've again got our runners crisscrossing checks that have already done, so we'll take a quick second, follow the runners, follow commentary, and give the randomizer a try yourself if you like. Now, Eykir visited Pod early, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
He got his bottle there, and then he got the bow from the sick kid very early.
Yeah, Eykir is moving through Eastern, Flip is moving through Pod. Is that considered a high five or no?
I don't know.
Technically, they're in the same place, but yeah, Vinny and chat, they absolutely high fived at the hospitals turning in the green pendant. Yeah, now the hunt is on for the Quake Medallion, which can be literally anywhere except in Misery Mire. And or Ganon's Tower. Yeah, it looks like Eykir's gonna finish up Hera now. And I think that'll be his third pendant. Yeah, so he's got to get to Crocomire sometime soon so he can get his hook shot so he can do swamp.
Eykir might finally get Charge Beam out of the basement. After he notices we won't get anything from Moldorm, so he also might finish with the full Charge Beam.
We will see.
On that note, I have to go to bed, so good luck to the runners and good luck finishing commentating.
Appreciate having had you here, Eykir. Nito, sorry, I can't talk. It's been fun, and I hope you get a good night's sleep and come back rested tomorrow. All right, so I'll be flying solo the rest of the race. Eykir's got his 3 pendants, so he can go grab his flippers. And as we've established, we are just looking for Quake for flip. Eykir's also got to get to Crocomire to grab his hookshot from the grapple weave Jozo. And Eykir is going to go to the basement, so he will get his charge beam, so he will also be fully crispy. Flip's had his hammer equipped. Is Flip gonna bomb? Yep, Flip is also gonna fight Helmasaur King with the bombs. At least for a couple hits. 4, 5, 6. So 2 bombs and 9 hammer hits. Not bad. Eykir sets up the coffee break shreds too. Yeah, I like that, Biddy. Wispy! Alright, Flip is... Yeah, Flip's probably making the swamp play at this point. But yeah, you can't go... Unfortunately, you can't go mode it because you still got to find that Quake for Meyer. Oh, but Eykir is going to head into Turtle Rock. So we got... Ooh, this will be a commentary challenge. 2 brand new dungeons at the same time. Oh, right. Eykir hasn't checked Hookshot Cave to get his Samoria, so... Alright. First shot in Swamp has to be the small key, and if memory serves, that is also the only small key in Swamp. Alright, how many prizes are there in Swamp? It's 6, I think? And you're right, yeah, there's a couple under pots, but those aren't included in the shuffle. That's why finding the Swamp small key is such a big deal in Key Sanity. Setting up a bomb jump, gets it. All right, there's one of those small keys. And we gotta do the whole dungeon. Eykir's running back over ground. We've already seen Flip cover. Nope, tank. I remember okay, that's 2 prizes. In one of the Super Metroid randomizers, The reserve tank graphic was the Kappa emote. I don't remember which one it was, though. Might have been Desirect's tool. Setting up Diver down to avoid starting to swim by jumping... Oh, more bombs. Big key. So yeah, the Diver down strategy works by jumping down a ledge where you're not supposed to, so that it doesn't have the splash animation associated with it, which is what causes you to start swimming. All right, Eykir is back. Eykir is about to get his flippers. Okay, looks like Flip is has mostly go mode in this. We'll see if he comes back in afterward to get the rest of the prizes. Argus is pretty easy with the tempered sword. Grab the pups with the hook shot. One swipe will pop them. And then 1, 2. Ooh, very nice. Or an energy tank. That is 3 prizes out of 6, I believe. Ooh, Flip is gambling on leaving 3 prizes behind. Two items. I must have missed. I must have. Okay, Nope tank, energy tank, heart piece. What's the 4th one you saw, Vinny? Oh, right, the Morphops. Right, those were in the same room. Okay, so yeah, two prizes left. 2 prizes being left behind. Two prizes plus the compass. Okay. I don't think Eykir turned in the mushroom, or if he did, I didn't see what it was. Dig game was a heart piece. Yeah, Flipheal is also going to check the bit. Oh, Eykir doing the Smith chain and probably the lunchbox. Flipheal taking the big bomb. Oh, and he can take the shortcut because he did Angle 1. All right. Just a heart piece from the swordsmith. Eykir could fake powder magic bat, I believe, except his you need empty magic to do that. And speak of the devil, Flipheal is turning into mushroom. What do we have? More energy. It's always welcome. Looks like Eykir's got K45 and Stumpy, I believe. $45 is nothing. All right, I think Flip is gambling on Turtle Rock. How many prizes in there? Ooh, silver's on Stumpy. Six in Mimic Cave. Thank you. Oh, it's 6 including Mimic Cave. Gotcha. Okay, so 5 in Turtle Rock proper, and then Mimic Cave makes up 6. Do I have that right? I didn't see what Eykir got out of the lunchbox. Pretty standard Samaria riding block strats. There's one prize. Just money. Thank you, Daddy Bacon. Oh, I'm sorry, the Daddy Bacon. Another small key. Looks like Eykir is heading for catfish. This is new info, so we'll see what happens here. Catfish is more energy. Vanilla Turtle Rock Big Key. Let's see if that actually happens, or does it have to happen at this point? Slow down. Red Eykir has reset. All right, so we've got the Turtle Rock Big Key. Let's see what happens. See where we go from here. All right, Eykir's heading on into swamp. We'll see if he decides to full clear. If Eykir full clears swamp and he finds that quake, that'll be a big advantage for him. Oh right, he doesn't have his hook shot. Oh geez. All right, what's Flipheal got in Mimic Cave? Money. Compass. Okay. I presume this is Crystal Roller Viddy. Alright, Dark Samaria Maze. This was such a pain the one time I played and beat Link to the Past. Using iframes from, I believe, Hookshot to his advantage. All right, and there are 4 checks on Laser Bridge. Money. Trolley lasers. Small key. There's our Quake. That is go mode for Flipheal. Alrighty. So Flipheal's just got to be Trinex, then go and do Meyer, and then the end games. Unfortunately, Trinex is an absolute jerk. Although Flipheal is doing a very good job of making Trinex look like a chump. Yeah, that makes sense. Trinex, Ganon's Tower, Ganon, Meyer, Motherbrain. All right, so let's do it early and play the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. 22 spots where it can be. Get your guesses in chat now. I'm going with Miles standby 4 always. Vinny! Fine, okay, I'll go with 13 since Vinny got to it first. Yeah, 4 always wins is a meme from a community I'm in. And Eykir is moving on along through Swamp, but unfortunately we know now that he's not going to find anything useful here. Hope Room, number 1 is a red rupee. Number 2 is a big heart. Didn't catch what was on the torch, but definitely wasn't anything. So, $50 on the torch. Thank you. Sorry, I got sidetracked looking at Vinny, looking at Eykir. 4 is just a small key. 5, 6, 7. All right. Number 8. More missiles. Okay, Eykir's making his croc play. Yeah, Eykir did get his charge beam out of Hera, so Crocomire will also be a chump for him. There's 9. Then Radar Room will be 10 through 13. Yeah, so Radar Room is going to be 10 through 13. 10, 11, 12, 13, and I lose. Does a bonk to avoid that teleporter pad. Bonks again to just cross that gap. All right, so Bob the Anti-Fairy's heads is going to be 14. just more health. And then the vanilla B key room will be 15, 16, 17, which then leaves 4 checks on the right side, and then tile room. Ice Armos, he's done well. $17. All right, Flipheal beginning the ascent. He did not get those silvers from Stumpy, so he's gonna have to fight Ganon with spins. Well, he'll face 4 with only spins. All right, so Eykir is just about to get his. Yeah, as I've seen the Ganon fight described, he has 1 frame of vulnerability to a spin, but using the spin, it's pretty easy to overlap that magic frame. All right, Eykir's got his hook shot. Flipheal is up into the 4th floor gauntlet. Enemies, conveyors, Beamoses, ice, spikes. Just a whole bunch of bull punches. I like that. Hookshot was at future Hookshot's location. Fluffy Mittens. I really like that's good. Yeah, I mentioned earlier I'm playing Metroid Dread right now. I just got the grapple. I got only like the 2nd time. I got the grapple beam last night. You are very welcome, Vinny. I love talking about this stuff, even if I don't play the randomizer itself. I've learned so much thanks to good co-commentators, good trackers, good friends. Flipheal going for Samaria detonator stretch on the Wizrobes. All right. Ooh, Flip is low on magic, so he's gonna use the lamp for a couple of those. Eykir finishes up. Eykir is probably heading back to Swamp now. So got to be careful you don't accidentally go up those stairs at the same frame the torches go out. You can despawn the entire top of the tower and have to leave and reload the entire dungeon. Flip's just checking whatever's left, hoping he'll find those silvers. Unfortunately, he will not. Moldorm 2 is made to look like a chump. And 1 final nope tank. I think that's all 4 of them accounted for. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable right now calling that Flip is... barring catastrophic failure, Flip's got this, I think. Position 1, 2, a triple to start us off. Very nice. Ooh, another good position. Oh, but getting trolled. $3-1-0-2. Very good Aga 2 fight. Yeah, Flip has half magic, but I think I feel reasonably sure he's going to want to try to set up the torch glitch. Eykir does the diver down. Okay, so Eykir's got to get himself to Hookshot Cave for Kata Samaria after he does this. Alright, phase 1 and 2 are both 12 slashes with the Tempered Sword. The Flip is getting multiple hits with those spins, which I believe also do Gold Sword damage to Ganon. Dodging the Fire Bats, and we are into phase 3, which is always 4 hits, but Ganon can just chain teleport like that and be a jerk. Eykir finishing up over to the Argus fight. I don't remember what Ganon says for arrows on Stumpy. Just Dark World? Yes. Gets the torch glitch, so but by relighting the left torch before the right one can go out, the right one will never go out. And doing spins now. So just one frame of vulnerability, but using the spin, it's easy to overlap the magic frame. You know, it's not frame perfect in the sense of that a Super Mario Brothers wall jump is frame perfect. All right, get your single decent chat because we got bacon. Eykir has freed the duck, as Flip is getting ready for the Super Metroid endgame. Oh no, wait, Flip's still got to do Misery Mire. So used to Ganon's Tower being the last thing a runner does in Link to the Past. It threw me off a little bit. Yeah, obviously Flipheal is just gonna go mode Misery Mire. Alrighty. Let's see how fast this goes. Call it 240 to 30 that Flip entered. All right. Well, having a few tech issues. Am I coming through? Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you to our package, Dr. Zooks, for calling me out there. And as I was saying, we've got 3 races tomorrow. At 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Seb versus F. Coughlin. At 7 p.m., we have Andy versus Farfaloo. And then also at 7, we have Lovely Pro 04 versus Madcap. It remains to be seen if we'll get commentary schemes for all of those. I may sign up for one of them. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, Flipheal is into the Super Metroid endgame. Got all the equipment. Like, the only spot not lit up on the tracker is that spring ball, so... Yeah, this race is in the bag for Flip, barring some kind of catastrophic failure. But of course, I'm sure Eykir will play it out to the bitter end. Maybe not. Might choose to DNF, but I'm sure he'll play even if he does, I'm sure he'll play the rest of the seed out, just see how it went. But yeah, this race has been a treat. Two excellent runners, both showcasing how good they are. I have had a great time tonight, and I hope all of you have had a great time too. Flip is allowing himself to be grabbed by the Metroids to group them, knocks them off with a bomb, kills them all with one super missile. And okay, yeah. Flip has all the tools to do the baby skip, so we'll see if he does in fact do that. All right, Eykir's got his go mode around 2:48:45. I'm gonna call it. Got the baby swinging around him like the windmill shuriken from Ninja Gaiden. Almost there. One more. Ooh, lost it right at the end. That's unfortunate. Make sure to face to the right because the stand-up animation is 45 frames shorter facing to the right. Every little bit helps. So we will see. If I'm Flip right here, I think I do a Crystal Flash instead of using the Restore Room, but I'm wrong. Flip is just gonna recharge with the Energy Station. Yep, so both of our runners are indeed fully Quispy. And it looks like Eykir is going to do the same thing as Flipheal did. Ganon's Tower, then off to Meyer. And Flip is just going to fight the Zebatites normally instead of doing the glitch. Or maybe he's doing it this way. See, I'm told that glitching through the second Zebetite is easier than the first, but I've never done it that way. I always thought it had to be the first one you glitch through. Alrighty, so Mother Brain Phase 2, as I said a few times earlier, has 18,000 health. The charged Ice Wave Plasma is 900 damage, so that's just going to be 20 shots. We'll see how much time Mother Brain has to unleash her food-based attacks. Onion rings, French fry beam, chicken nugget, some more onion rings, another French fry beam, Flip switches, and the catch-up. Flip switches to super missiles for the end of the fight because they're just that teeny little bit faster. Taking damage intentionally to set up for the stand-up glitch. A stand-up glitch functions because the game doesn't check at the same. Yeah, okay, so you can stand up after the rainbow beam, but now because of the damage Flip just inflicted on himself, Mother Brain thinks that he'll die with one more rainbow beam, which is what you need to progress into the cutscene part of this. Right there, you see Samus in that kneeling pose. That's the game trying to stick you in to lock you for the cutscene. Yeah, there will be one more spot where the game tries to force you down like that. It'll be pretty ugly. But yeah, at this point, Flip can start doing damage to Mother Brain Phase 3, which is 36,000 health. You do have to be careful here that once the baby finishes filling you, that it's still somewhere that Mother Brain can hit it. Because the Mother Brain is actually doing damage to the baby through that. And the baby will stop moving around you once it's done healing you. All right, and the judge of how you did with the stand-up glitch is by how many hyper beam shots you need to take to finish Mother Brain off. 9 shots, not bad. It is possible to drain her all the way, but if it's not TAS only, it's very close to TAS only. All right, and Torian escaped. Once Flipheal does this, he will be done. Three minutes to escape. That is absolutely plenty of time. Like, I think the only time I ever had trouble with this was my very first time playing through Super Metroid. All right, Flip is almost back. Yep, heading out of Torian and back into the old Torian escape shaft. Gonna shine spark up. And we're into the parlor. Just got one room left after. Just got Lanny's head left after this, and then. Alrighty, get your GGs in chat because Flipheal has won this race with a racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 51 seconds. Eykir has chosen to DNF after that, and we will get them both in here for an interview. Alrighty, we are joined first by Eykir. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Had a great time watching you two.
Good, good. I see you lost your partner in crime.
Yeah, Nito had to go to bed.
This is a long one.
Yeah, I'm glad I did decide to sign up for this because this was great.
It definitely was a seed. I'll say that. My Crocodile skip did not work.
Yeah, I also talking about seeds. I haven't seen progression on pedestal in a long time.
Kind of glad I got that book early so I could like check it and be like, okay, gotta go do all the pendants. I just skipped Crocodile so I didn't have the hook shot to get the Samaria immediately.
Yeah,
saved a lot of time.
Yeah, Flipheal wound up pulling pendant sight unseen, but he did get to Shaq Tool as well.
That makes sense. Oh, there's Flip.
All right.
Not a lot of places
and we are
left.
not joined by Flipheal. GG.
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 All right, so Flipheal, I gotta ask the question: what happened with Aqueduct?
Yeah, so my funny story yeah, I was gonna do the right sandpit and shack tool, and then if it was nothing, save and quit. And then when I saw the book, I'm like, oh, I need that. And then the game plan, I guess, was to reset and then do Aqueduct, and then I just totally blanked and went straight into like any percent and go straight to Batoon.
Yeah, we all figured it was something like that. Fortunately, it didn't wind up. It wound up working out in the long run.
Just get on the way back.
Oh no,
Oh yeah, kind of.
it was a hard last location. It wound up being.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I got a reserve tank on the Aga ledge, and I was very confused.
Oh. Wow, you even beat Angle 1. I'm that
I
far
did.
behind.
So yeah, and then basically, I had Pen and Hera done, and then I had the bow right before I went to Eastern into Aga. And then, so like basically when I finally got the Moon Pearl, I was like, you know what? I got this book. I'm just gonna kind of rush Pendant Moth. And then, yeah, I was not expecting to blind pull the flippers, and I'm like, huh, maybe I'm back in this.
I was trying to think of what my outs were. The flippers on pedestal was one of them that I thought, so, well, Flipheal may not have gotten this if he didn't just do Shack Duel. But yeah, I just had all the pendants done anyways, and it didn't really matter. You didn't have to do Pendant Eastern. The 3 items were in the front. Same thing with Skull Woods, they were in the front. I guess it was Green Pendant, though. You're probably doing that anyways. Otherwise, the beginning of the sea felt very linear.
Yeah, it really opened up in the back half, though.
I was glad to get the Titans early. Like, cool, I got this before I went to Meridia. I just need a Moon Pearl. And nope, no Moon Pearl there. We got Meridia. So, okay, we're doing everything Super Metroid before going into Zelda. That's why I decided to skip Crocomire, because I'm execution-wise, I'm behind. I need to make a skip here and try something.
And unfortunately, it didn't pan out.
Wave, flute, and hook shot at Crocomire. Whew, loaded.
Oh
today.
my god, that was nuts. Yeah. Yeah, and I basically I felt behind as well, but I was like, all right, let me just keep my head calm no matter what anyway. And I was like, yeah, I was just like, I didn't want to go into my area without the Moon Pearl. I mean, so I basically just did all of Norfair, hoping I'd find it before. But yeah, didn't work out, but did in the long run, kind of thing.
Yeah, skipping that hook shot meant I didn't get Samaria, which meant I couldn't full clear Turtle Rock my first trip on the mountain, or first trip on Dark Death Mountain. And yeah, I also dipped Swamp without hook shot to see if something was there. I'm like, there's another hope I have. Maybe hook shot just is hookless Swamp. Nope. I was still like 25 minutes.
It's all about the rounding decisions you make. Speaking of Eykir, is there anything about your routing you felt particularly good about?
I felt good about the bottle in Eastern leading to the bow. I'm like, ooh, maybe Flipheal won't get this for a while. And then I see, of course, the other 3 bottles came like right away. And like, okay, well, I guess he's getting this.
Yeah,
they weren't immediate.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry, they weren't immediate, but I think one was like in green brand, or maybe
it probably took me a while.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't get that for a while, because that's the first thing I went to when I came to Dark World was like go to Pod, go to Ice, and then like rush my red crystals to check Pyramid Fairy into that route, and nothing really worked there. But I had also checked Pedestal at that time, so I did Pyramid Fairy into finishing Eastern into finishing Hera, because I did not do either one.
All right, Flipheal, same question to you. What did you feel best about in your routing?
I mean, I until I missed the Aqueduct item, I felt pretty good about the early game. I mean, I think everyone's basically gonna do the Bryn route anyway because of like low equipment for Fantoons, but still, I did that. Held off on Eastern for as long as I could, and then even though it wasn't anything at the time. Yeah, like I said, at least I had the bow, so doing it in one trip, in retrospect, felt great. Even though I did since I I had a feeling Eykir would have dipped it early.
Oh, I
So-
always do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
He
was
does
like,
do.
okay, so I'm gonna gamble the boss. And then when it wasn't on the boss, and I had only that and Aga left, so I'm like, well, I guess I have to go back in. So that didn't feel good. But yeah, I guess getting the flippers right away with the pearl obviously felt great, and then not doing too much. Like at least I skipped some overworld, like some of the slow checks. So that felt good, I guess.
That's
Yeah,
there's really nothing in the world.
Yeah, you missed Silver's and Stumpy, but that was about it. All right, second question. Letter grade scale. How much fun did you two have?
This is a fun seed. I'd say A minus.
Flipheal, your opinion?
I'm gonna give it a C only because it's pretty rare that I make a big mistake like that, and I feel really bad about that. So it's not the seed's fault, but I'm giving it a C based on what happened to me today.
Understandable.
Good thing you're racing me. You didn't get too burned by it.
Like I said, I just got lucky in the sense that you skipped Croc. Like if you don't skip Croc, maybe you probably win this. Like you said, I don't know.
I don't know if I
definitely-
win this if I skip Croc. If I don't skip Croc, because I'm still like 20 minutes behind right now, and I don't think just Hookless Swamp would have done that. I could have saved Overworld stuff, I guess, because I would have gotten Samaria into Turok into Quake, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, well, you had pet knowledge, right?
I had pet knowledge, but I didn't do any of the pendants. Like I didn't go back into Hera and get the one item out of it, so I had to go back to Hera. I had to go back to Eastern. If I had the flute, that would have been faster, yes, but I still had to go do both those.
Yeah, like I said, it would have been closer because, like I said, I single dipped all those dungeons, but maybe the double dips and some other slow stuff maybe negates the Aga play I made, and then it's kind of close.
It could have been close, I guess. No way of telling. I'm not good at the time estimates there.
All right,
But
where
yeah,
do you guys
game.
move to in the standings after this?
Well, this was one of the 2-0 matches this week, so I'll be 3-0, and Eykir will
I'll
be
be
2-1.
2-1.
All right, I didn't have the brackets handy, so thank you. All right, do you two have any final comments?
Yeah, thanks for the commentary. Thanks for the tracking. Just for Zooks, Big Box, and Neaterific. What's the other one, right? Yeah, thanks for putting this on Restream, being 2 comms for it. That was great. So, yeah, thanks.
I echo that, and I apologize, Eykir, but I picked up X-ray just for you.
You don't apologize for me. I just saw a shield and knew you'd be happy because you weren't picking it up.
Yep, only one in Hype Cave, which I almost could have dodged, but it is what it is.
And I had a great time watching you two. This has been a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. We've got coming up this week, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been Big Box with Joshua Zooks on tracking and Neaterific for commentary earlier, and we will see you next mission.